What's going on, guys? Pro here at VIP Outdoors, and we are going to talk about good bait. And I am not a bait guy. I am a spinner guy. But what I do know about bait is that it can be very confusing. It can be very intimidating when you are not what I would consider a good bait fisherman. And we're talking particularly about herring. I bought 2 cases of herring. I bought a red and a green label. And to my surprise, my personal favorites are red when I'm spring Chinook fishing. I get out there, I start cutting the heads off herring. I'm like, oh no, because these herring in the package look absolutely phenomenal. Like, you look at them, they have a lot of scales on them, nice black eye like everybody says. And I'm like, oh yeah, Point Defiance herring should be absolutely awesome. I cut them open and they're not what I consider good herring. How do you determine a good herring when you're getting ready for these fisheries? Because good herring is going to make or break you, especially in the spring Chinook fishery. So again, everybody used to say, well, you look at the scales, you look at the fins, you look at the eyes. That's not the case, guys. The only way to determine good herring is by one way. You take your knife and you cut one open, because everything about that herring has to do with the inside of the herring. So let me show you. On this pack of herring here, here's my herring. It looks nice, clean, nice bright eye on it, but when I cut it, I want to show you the color of this. It's almost like a white, almost freezer burned, green inside, so it wasn't starved. Not a great herring. Doesn't even have a fresh fish smell. Almost has a freezer burn smell to it, okay? So then I kind of went in panic mode. I'm like, crap, I need some bait. So anyways, then I went down and I got a pack of these red label herring. Well, a lot of people go, well, all the herring come from the same pens, blah, blah, blah. And maybe that's true to a certain extent. But I took these red label herring. I took them, smelled them, totally different smell. This is more of a fresh smell. And then what I did is chop the head off one. And then chopping the head off one, this is exactly what I found. A nice fresh, transparent meat, just like something you and I would eat. When you catch it, it's a nice fresh cut of meat. On top of that, it's just super bloody, which the blood, in my opinion, is one of the most important parts. That gives it that extra scent, and that's a good herring. So at the end of the day, the way you identify a good herring is by cutting it open. The exterior of the herring is just that, just the exterior. And they could only see fish can only see what they can see under the water. It's all about smell at this time of year. The only way to identify a great herring is by cutting it open. Does that mean you have to go buy multiple packs of herring of different manufacturers to find the best one that year? Absolutely. But again, it can make or break you. So that's the way I now figure out how I'm gonna find good herring. Again, multiple manufacturers, cut them all open, whichever's best, that's what I'm going with. Look at the difference between the two. Tell me you can't see a difference between that. The fish could definitely smell it. Day and night difference. It's not always about the brand of manufacturer. It's about quality. So anyways, guys, that's how I tell a difference between good herring and not good herring. Hope it helps. We'll see you out on the water.